In today's lesson, lesson 8, decision making and branching, we will learn how programs make decisions based on conditions. Just like humans make choices every day, programs also need to choose what to do next. By the end of this lesson, you will understand about simple if statement, if else statement, else if ladder statement, nested if else statement, switch statement, and goto statement. We will also try to write uh, at least one program for each topic. So let's begin. Let's begin with simple if. A simple if statement tests a condition. If the condition is true, the statement inside the if block will execute. If the condition is false, then nothing happens. The structure is very simple. We just show the structure in C and Python. Here in this program, the user enters actually four values A, B, C, and D. We must check if C minus D is not 0. If the denominator is not 0, we calculate the ratio A plus B divided by C minus D. If the denominator becomes 0, we simply print nothing because a simple if statement only acts when the condition is true. Now write the program in code blocks. At first open the code blocks, then open file, new, then project, select console application, press go, then press C, select the language C, next, then give a title. We should give it as heard. So next, okay, then finish. Now just return the program here. This is a basic block already given. stdi.h and stdlib.h. stdlib.h is not required here, just we removed it. So our program is evaluate a plus b divided by c minus d. Okay. So at first we need to enter four values. So enter four values of a comma b comma c. Okay. We can write it by this way, or we can write it enter value of a. So there are four variables we will need: a, comma, b, comma, c, comma, d. So we will take all input as integer type. Okay. So enter value of a, just write down the scanf for taking input. Since it is a integer type variable, we need to write format specifier %d. Then this is for a, ampersand a. Okay. Similarly, we will just write down for V, C, and D. This is for B. This is for C. And this is for D. So here, the denominator is C minus D. So we have to check if C minus D, this one not equal to 0, only that time the ratio will calculate. Okay, the ratio will calculate only for that time. So there is a point ratio equal to, so ratio can be actually float number. So ratio is A plus V, then divided by C minus D. Okay. Then just print the value of the ratio. Ratio is equal to percent f for floating point, and this belongs to ratio ended with semicolon. So this format specifier will be percent f. Okay. Now write this. Now run this program. So run the program. So enter the value of A4, enter the value of V is 8, then enter the value of C3, enter the value of D2. So 3 minus 2 is equal to 1, 8 plus 4 equal to 12. 12 divided by 1 is equal to 12.0. So our ratio is 12.0 here. Okay. So we see that how if statement executes here. By using code blocks, we see the program. So write down yourself for the Python. So if we write the same program in Python, it will look like that you show is in the screen. So at first, we have to take 4 floating point input A, B, C, D. So we have to write A is equal to float input and value of A. Similarly, we have to write for it B, C, and D. After that, just write the condition. If C minus D is not equal to 0, then ratio will be calculated. After calculation of ratio, just print the value of the ratio by writing print ratio is equal to E in double quotation, then the value of it, ratio. Okay. So this is pretty simple. Just run it. If you run that program, yes, enter the value of A is 4, B, value of B is 8, value of C is 3, and the value of D is 2. So answer should be C minus D is equal to 1 and A plus B is equal to 4 plus 8, 12. 12 divided by 1 is equal to 12.0. So answer should be 12.0. Now move to the if-else statement, and if-else statement is used when we want to perform one action when the condition is true and the different action when the condition is false. So based on the conditions, whether it is true or false, the outcome is actually true outcome we will find for if-else statement. Now let's write a program to determine whether a number is odd or even. Here, we will take a number as input. If the number is divisible by 2, we print number is even. Otherwise, we print number is odd. This is actually the perfect example of an if-else condition. Now, write the code in code blocks and then write the code in Python editor also. So, let's start. So, open code blocks, then file, new, project, console application, go, select language C, then name the project. After naming the project, select new GCC compiler, then finish. So here we have to write a program, to check a given input is odd or even. Okay. So here we need a variable integer. The variable name is number. So at first we need to take the input. So just show take a number. This is an instruction. Then user will take input by using a scanf function, scanf %d. Here number is actually integer number. That's why the formatted specifier for the number is %d and m person number. Okay. Then write the condition if number is modulus 2 is equal to 0. If this is equal to 0, that times print that number is even. Okay. Otherwise, else. If the condition is false, that time print the other, that means number is odd. Okay, just run the program now. See that there is instruction take a number, we take the number is 45. So 45 is odd number. We see that the condition executes. The condition executes properly. 45 is odd number and we see that number is odd. Again, we run it for another number. That means 44. Yes, the number is even. That means the condition works properly. If we write the same program in Python, it will look like just you see in the screen, number is equal to int, then input take a number. That means it will take integer number. Then just we're just writing the condition here. Okay. So run it. If we run it, take a number 45. Okay, there is a problem. Oh, printf is not allowed here. It will be print. Just print. Okay, run it again. 45. Yes, the number is out. So program works correctly. Again, we run it for 44. The number is even right now. So we see that how to write the program using code blocks and using Python editor for if-else statement. And the program is working correctly. Now move to the nested if-else statement. A nested if-else means writing an if-else inside another if-else. This helps actually when we need to check multiple conditions step by step. Our example, that is the finding the largest of three numbers using nested if-else. We compare A with B Then, if A is greater than B, then compare A with C. That means we compare A with B, then the larger one with C. This step-by-step checking makes it a perfect nested if-else example. Now move to the code portion. Open code blocks file, new, then project, select console application, then select the language C, then give a title, then select GNU CC compiler and next. Here. So our task is we have to write a program. Write a program to find the largest of three numbers. So we need three variable number one, number two, then number three. Or we okay. Now take three numbers. So now we by using this kind of function, it will take three number %d, and %d, 3%d, because we need to take three number one, number two, number three. Okay, ampersand number one, ampersand number two, and ampersand number three. Then we need to write this nested if else statement. So if number one is greater than number two, that means number one is the greatest now. Then check if number one is greater number three. Then check the number one with number three. If the number one is the greatest, then printf first number is the largest. Okay. Else number three is the largest. That means let's printf the third number. Print the third number is the largest. So else here, if number one is less than number two, that means number two is the greatest. So we need to write if condition for comparing number two with number three. If number two is greater than number three, then print second number is the largest. Okay. Otherwise, third number is the largest. Otherwise, third number is the largest. Now just we need to run it, build and run. So at first take three numbers, 5, 7, 9. So we will get third number is the largest. Third number is the largest. See for another example. 5, 9, 7. We will get Second number is the largest. Second number is the largest. Now we will get 957. We'll get first number is the largest. We'll get first number is the largest now. Okay. So this is actually simple program using nested if else statement. Here we see that we use this if else within another if. This if else within another else. That's why this is called nested if else statement. Okay. Now move to the Python portion. We just need to do the same code in Python. So we see if we write the same program uh, in Python, how we can write it. We use map function to take inputs in Python. Number one, number two, number three. We write number one, comma number two, comma number three is equal to map. Then this is integer. Those three numbers are integer type int. Then comma. Then we write down the input function. Enter three numbers. Dot is split. When we will take three number, that times that split function will split three numbers. First one will assign to the number one, second one will assign to the number two, and the third one is assigned to the number three. Okay. And just write if else condition as uh, by following the Python format. Nothing different from C. Now run the module. We run the module. Three numbers will take 5, 7, 9. So third number is the largest one. Okay. Now check it for another 5, 9, 7. So the second number is the largest. And another one, 9, 5. First one is the largest. Okay. So just we see how to write a program using nested if else. Okay. I think there is a logical error. Still, there is a logical error. Try to find out uh, in which case the logical error can occur and try to solve it. Okay. Now proceed to the next section, that is the else if ladder section. So when multiple conditions need to be checked one by one, then that time we use an else if ladder. This is cleaner than writing many nested blocks. So here actually we check if number one is the greatest, else if number two is the greatest, otherwise C is the greatest. So we compare actually two conditions at a time. If number one is greater than number two, logical end, if number one is greater than number three. That means at a time we are checking whether the number one is greater than number two and number three or not. If the number one is a greater than number two and number three, that times we can say number one is the greatest. For number two, if the number two is greater than number one and at a time number two is the greater than number three, that time we can say number two is the greatest. Otherwise, C is the greatest. Now move to the code portion. So open code blocks, then file new. After clicking new, click project. Then console application. then select the language C, then give a title, then click next, select GCC compiler, and writing the code here. Okay, so we just write the program, write a program to find the largest of three numbers using else if later. Okay, now we are taking three number 1, number 2, and number. So enter three numbers, then taking the input by using a scanf. Percentage. Percentage is the format specifier for integer type number. First one is for number 1, ampersand number 1. Second one is for the number 2, ampersand number 2. Third one is for the number 3, ampersand number 3. Now writing a similar statement if number 1 is greater than number 2 at a time, number 1 is greater than number 3, we can say number 1 is the largest, or first number is the largest. We can say that. Now see if number 2, we will compare now number 2 with number 1 and number 3 at a time. If the number 2 is the greatest, just print second number is the largest. Else, third number is the largest. Else, third number is the largest. Now we will check it by clicking build and run. And the three numbers, we taking 5, 7, 9. So answer should be third number is the largest. Yes, third number is the largest. If we check it for another input, 5, 9, 7, we'll get second number is the largest. Yes, second number is the largest. Now check it for the first number, 9, 7, 5. We'll get first number is the largest. Okay. So we can write actually same program of nested if else using else simulator. So this is pretty simple than nested if else. Now we will try to write the same program using Python editor. Okay. We will just write the same program in Python. is greater than number 3. That time second number is the largest, otherwise third number is the largest. So we are taking number 1, number 2, number 3 using map and split function. Then after taking input, we just write else later in Python. So if number 1 is greater than number 2 and number 1 is greater than number 3, first number is the largest. Then the same condition we have written by using else if considered elif as Python in Python. So number 2 is greater than number 3 and number 2 is greater than number 1. The second number is the largest. Now we are checking, is there anything wrong or not? So enter 3 numbers. We are taking 3 number 5, 7, 9. The output should be third number is the largest. Yes, it's working. Third number is the largest. Now proceed to the another input. 5, 9, 7. Yes, second number is the largest. Again, 9, 7. So first number is the largest. First number is largest. So we just completed else if ladder statement, and we know how to use it in Python and C also. Now move to the next section, which one is switch statement. The switch statement is used in C for multi-way branching based on a single value. And besides, in Python does not have actually switch statement, but we can simulate it using dictionaries or match case. In this program, we take a number and convert it into grade. We use switch in C and dictionaries or match case in Python. Let's start it with C first. So write a program to convert number from 1 to 100 into grades by using following criteria. If the number is in between 90 to 100, at that time it will show A plus. If it is in between 80 to 89, it will show A. If it is in between 70 to 79, it will show B. If it is in between 60 to 69, it will show the output C. If it is in between 50 to 59, it will show output D. Otherwise, if it is less than 50, it will show F as output. So the valid number would be 1 to 100. So here, we just writing the program using switch case. Initially, we declare two variable grade and marks. Both are integer type variable. So we will take input as marks. This is integer number. That's why we using scanf %d, comma ampersand marks. Then the marks is converted into the grade by dividing the marks by 10. So grade is equal to marks divided by 10. So here, if anyone get 100 or above 90, when we will divide it by 10, it will convert it. It will give us the result 10 or 9. That's why for case 10 and case 9, it will show output printf A plus. If it is in range between 80 to 89, when we divide it by 10, it will give us output as 8. That's why the output will be A grade. Similarly, for case 7, case 6, case 5. Okay, otherwise, when it is less than 50, it will show the output printf F. Okay, just run it for different input here. If we run it, at first give 45, it will show output F. Yes, it will show output. It is showing output F, then run it again. For 65, it will show output C. So this is in between 60 to 69 range. Okay. So try a different input and see if is there any logical error or any modification needed. Just try it for different input. Now proceed to the Python section. Yes, in Python there are actually two ways for that program. One is using using match case, and another one is using dictionaries. So initially we just see how to use match case here. So here we see that we are taking input marks by using this input enter marks. Then we divide marks divided by 10 and put it into actually match portion. If the case is 10 or 9, it will show output A plus. If it is 8, output A. If it is 7, output B. If it is 6, output C. If the result is 5, output D. Otherwise, the output is F. Just run it for different input. You see it is working or not. Give input 45. Yes, this is F. For 45, it will show F because the number is less than 50. Then C 68, it will give output C. 60 within 60 to 69 days, it is giving output C. So we can say that this is working properly. This is working properly actually. Now we will see how to use dictionaries. There are dictionaries. So we just save all of the cases into a dictionary. First one is the value and second one is the output. Okay. For 10, it will show output A plus. For 9, it will show output A plus. For 8, it is showing output A. For 7, it is showing output B. For 6, it will show output C. For 5, it will show output D. Okay. So this all of the grades actually here except F. Then we will convert the marks input here into integer portion, grade equal to int marks divided. So it will just print the output grade, grades.get. Grades.get, this grade is if marks equal to 65, then 65 divided by 10 is equal to 6.5. We will just truncate integer portion by using int. Okay. So here for 65, that is 6 will store into grade. So here 6 will appear. If 6 will appear into great portion. Then it will check from the dictionaries. From dictionaries, it is actually for 6, it is output C. So it will give output C. Anything less than 50, it will output F. Default, we just give in give it here. Okay. So run it. We will see what happened for 65. It will grade C. Anything less than 50, it will output default out. Okay. So I think this is working correct. So we see how to write a program using match case and dictionaries in Python and using switch case in C. Now proceed to the next section, which is actually we will see how to write a program using goto statement. Let's start. So actually, what is the basic task of a goto loop? The basic task of a goto loop is to repeat a block of code by jumping to a labeled statement. In simple words, goto helps the program go back to a specific line and run it again, like a manual loop. So why do we use goto? It helps us to repeat code. Before for, while, and do while loops existed, goto was used to create repetition. To jump to another part of the program, you can skip lines or exit early from a section of a code by using goto statement. And then to control flow manually, it gives control to the programmer to jump anywhere using labels. What is the basic structure of a goto loop? There are three portions actually. One is the label, statement, and condition. Here, there should be a label in the program. Then there is a statement and the statement, and there is a condition. Okay. So here in the screen, we see that loop is actually a label and name place in the code. There are two statements. One is the printf statement and another is the n equal to n plus 1. These two statements within the label loop. And if the condition is true, if n is greater, less or equal to n, then it will go to the loop. So actually what it does, uh, in that program, you see that it will just print the value from 1 to 10. The value from 1 to 10 repetitively. Okay. We have a small C program that uses a goto statement to calculate the sum of squares from 1 to 10. First, we initialize sum to 0 and n to 1. Then we create a level called loop. This is like a marker in the code. So inside the loop, we add n into n to sum, meaning that we add the square of each number. Then we check if n is equal to 10. If it is, we stop the loop and jump to the print level. If not, we increase n by 1 and jump back to the loop level to repeat the process. So finally, when n reaches 10, we exit the loop and print the final value of sum. This program calculates the value of 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square up to 10 square, which actually equal to 385. Let's see the program in code blocks. You have to debug this program. We just written all of the code here and we need to debug it. Just we need to debug it. So in line 13, we click. Then from debug window, there is a watches. We included watches here. So initially the value of, so we just need to debug it, start or continue. Okay. So initially, the value of initially the value of n is equal to 1. Okay, n is equal to this go to loop. Go to statement here, go to loop, it will go there in the loop section. So initially sum is equal to sum plus n into n. So sum plus n into n will be 5. 2 square, 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. So now n is equal to 2. This condition is false if n is equal to 10. This is false actually. So go here, n is equal to 3. Then again go to loop. Go there and add 5 with 3 square. So sum will be 14. Here we see that sum will be 14. So it will continue up to the value of n is equal to 9 for 5, for 6, 7, 8, then 9. Okay, 9, and it is 9, that is 205 plus 285, then n is equal to 10 here. Add 10 square plus the value of sum is right now 285 plus 100 is equal to 385. Okay, so here we see that n is equal to 10. When the n is equal to 10, it will the condition is satisfied and it will go to the print portion. So it will go from 12th line to 17th line, 18th line. So here we see that sum is equal to sum. That means the printed value of sum will be shown right now. Okay. Here we see that the value is printed, sum is equal to 385. So we see that how actually go to a statement works. This is a program to print sum of squares from number 1 to number 10. Python does not have actually any go to statement. It always uses the structured loop. We will learn about the structured loop in our upcoming lessons.